Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakak Wadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS rules well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Anah. The title of this video is titled Tucker Carlson Interviews John Rich. And I watched the whole thing of this. I got up to like right over here and I just stopped. Of course, Elder Apostle Har, Elder Apostle Gabar. They did videos on it. I believe the brother, I believe he's an elder. Um, um, I don't want to butcher his name. Yana Khanen, basically the brother from London. Um, so he did a video on it, and Elder Apostle Har, was going over it. So I got to go back and watch all of those videos to see exactly their input on it. Anyway, shalom to you, brothers. Of course, I have this pulled up, and it's just interesting to me, the video, because when I was listening, I was on Elder Apostle Gabar's page listening, and then this guy Tucker Carlson just seems like he didn't know anything in the whole world about nothing, and this is interesting because I know he, you know, seen the Hebrew Israelites, that being Elder Apostle Tahar, and whoever else was there. I believe Elder Apostle Gabar, and like I seen videos and I heard stories of when Tucker Carlson went over there. He talked to the apostles and asked them, what they're doing and all of that. So he knows about the men of the Lord. So, it's just interesting that he seemed to not know anything about what this guy here was talking about to me. And I said, I want to see this. I want to see this guy's face when he's saying no. He don't know nothing, or the case may be. So I pulled up the video here to get it for myself. And this guy here, Elder Apostle, said he might be a Jake, and I would agree that he might be a Jake because everything that he's saying, he knows. It seems like he knows exactly what's going on, right? And that's the interesting part also, because the I wanted to title this these devils are surprised that the Holy Spirit is working on the minds of the people, right? But because of the video, I titled it what I titled it, so anyway, because they're just surprised. Basically, they're surprised that they understand and see past the lies that the elites are pushing about this message, right? Because we understand and we're not ignorant of Satan's devices, because how they bring out this MOTB and everything they're doing is it's, oh, this is good. This isn't the MOTB. This is to help you walk and help you to move things with your brain, and it's gonna fix all the problems in the world and all of that, right? And that's what they would think that majority of people would believe, because that's what they're pushing out. But the Most High is pouring His Spirit out upon all flesh, and the lies, that these devils are pushing out are being confronted, basically, right? So anyway, let's just get some of this video and go from there.
The boss, Jesus Christ, the Trinity. And so I look at this situation as, man, if he's going to hit me with this song, and trust me, it makes me nervous. I'm a little nervous right now, just sitting here talking about it. But if he's going to task me with that, someday when I go see him.
And basically, this dude made a song. It's titled Revelations. And then he also made a video. And it's also interesting because, like, why is Tucker Carlson interviewing this dude, John Rich? Like, what made him want to interview? And it's just, I believe, that's why I said I got to go back and watch the videos that the elders, put out and everything, so I can see, what they think of it and all of that. But the video and the music he came out fits perfectly with the last days and what's happening right now. The archangel Michael coming and standing for the children, the Israelites. All of that's in his music video that he made. Just talking about the end, Yahweh Shai coming. All of that stuff is there, and it's interesting.
I'm gonna have to answer for a lot of things I didn't do right. But I hope this is one where he goes, but you did a good job on that one, because I gave you the song, I told you what to do with it, and you did it. You put it out there.
So when you say these things, you're not saying them as someone who's guessing. I mean, you've been in the entertainment.
All right, so this is Tucker Carlson. So I'm looking at this guy, and I can't say, oh, I would think he's top elite. I heard that he was formerly like CIA, you know, um, or there's rumors of that he was CIA, and that he was also like in the news, as in like a news anchor or whatever, like guys like Fox and things like that. And we know these individuals are in the hands or in the pockets, or however the elites control the media, right? And most likely they're controlling this dude Tucker Carlson.
In business your whole life, over 30 years, since you were a kid, I think.
19. Yep.
19. So, I mean, you know how it works. Again, this is not something that you read, it's something you've seen. When did it become clear to you that this was a theology that these people?
All right, so I started around here, whatever, So basically, what he's asking is because this dude John Rich is saying that the world is pushing a demonic spirit, on the peoples, right? Is pushing wickedness on the peoples through their media, their TV sources, their music, everything they push out is wickedness. And what he's saying, he's basically defending that with the song that he put out, and just speaking on it. So Tucker Carlson, what he's asking now is when did this become, noticeable to you? Like when did you feel like that's what the global elites are doing? Like so that's why I said it's interesting because they're trying to figure out, you know, this whole awakening and this whole the most high spirit being poured out on all flesh. Like how is these people understanding what's happening? Like how are our lies being seen through by these people? So they're trying to piece it all together because they're shocked, right? Even you hear the stories about what Elder Pastor Har and all the apostles they say, that men have walked up on them and said we paid billions to keep this information away from you guys, but now all the information is coming out. Esau's lies are being uncovered, right? And they're shocked and surprised, it seems, that this actually happening.
People were working knowingly or not on behalf of evil, actual evil. Like, when did that dawn on you?
Well, they got so arrogant with it. It seems like in maybe the last less than 10 years, I don't know what happened on their side, but I guess they got the green light to go all the way in. And that's when you started seeing, for instance, Grammy Award performances where people are literally coming out wearing satanic symbols. They are carrying out, I guess they were mock seances, but I mean, it looked pretty real to me. And all of this stuff started happening. Even some of your biggest artists in the world during their live concerts in full of giant stadiums, full of people, are doing these things out on the stage. In between their hit songs, they'll come out as just part of the production of the show. It's art. It's just art. I mean, go look at, there's a rapper named Lil Nas out there. And trust me, everybody watching, you won't know, but everybody watching this, most people will know what I'm talking about. When you see him giving a lap dance to the devil in his video, straight up. And they are not ashamed about it. You look at Eminem's new record where the titles are Lucifer, Antichrist, Evil. This is out right now. So I don't know what happened on their side to go pedal to the metal with it, but they absolutely did. So on the other side of that, what are we supposed to do in?
All right, so when he said, I had a whole bunch of, as this dude was talking, like I said, I watched the whole thing. As he was talking, I put out, I was just, thinking of scriptures and I listed them. But when I decided to do the video on it, I said, well, let's see how can I make this, where I can teach it basically. But anyway, when he said, them going pedal to the metal, I immediately thought of Revelation 12 and 12, coming down with great wrath, basically pushing their wickedness, pushing their image, their new world order, trying to fulfill their goal, which the least goal is to have everything pretty much established by 2030, right? So he's seeing the wickedness being pushed. This is Revelation 12 and 12. It says, therefore rejoice ye heavens and ye that dwell in them. Woe to the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil is come down unto you having great wrath, because he knoweth that he have but a short time, right? And as the days go by, we can see things intensifying, and how are what are some of the things that we can see his different laws and his different decrees as he's pushing around the world to silence the men of the Lord, even silence alternative media stations. That's why you got things like RT News and the guy name, I don't can't really think of it right now, but him having to go through court, legal problems and things like this because the devil is coming down with great wrath, right? Because he has a short time, and the message is going forth, right? He's being revealed, So that's pretty much what I was thinking about when he said that.
In response to that, just yell at it, scream at it, be disgusted by it. You can do all those things.
Well,
but
the first
you should
thing you're
take
doing
action.
is naming it. You're naming it.
Now look what Tucker Carlson is saying. He's saying you're actually naming it. You're saying what the devil is actually doing, and you're proclaiming it. Like you're saying, okay, the devil is pushing out these things, this viewpoint on the people, and you're saying that's exactly what he's doing. And I guess it's surprising to him because so many people are blinded and they don't see that, right? And they have become I guess numb. They have become numb to it, like it's normal, but there are individuals that like this guy John Rich that's saying no, 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 that's not how it's supposed to be, and he seemed very shocked.
Which I think is so interesting. You're calling it what it is. You're not falling for the lie, which is this is just art.
Right.
It's more than that. I mean, maybe it's art.
Right, and that's a part of Esau Edom's witchcraft, right? His many sorceries, that is just art. This is just a part of the music video, right? And you have a bunch of people going to these concerts, and thinking nothing of it. But, in these last days too, we just had the Olympics, and a lot of people are upset about the different mockings that, has been taking place in the Olympics, right?
We can debate that, but it's certainly more than that. This is a theology. You're pushing a religion on me.
Yeah.
And it's a religion of darkness and lies.
Right. And they're pushing the same their same theology, because it is that, on our kids. They're pushing it in schools. They're pushing it in pop culture. They're pushing it everywhere you turn around. You can't get away.
And it's so interesting that this dude Tucker Carlson is just like, I don't see it. I don't know what's going on. I'm trying to see it, but I can't. Basically, I don't have a point of view on this. But it's just so interesting that this dude is acting completely oblivious to it. But he's shocked that this guy John Rich knows about it. So that's why I take it as the elite shocked that their plans are just failing.
Away from it. I mean, we're inundated with it right now. We are swimming in what these people have put out there.
It's just really important to know what you're dealing with and to say it out loud. And
yes.
You see how he's stressing that point? Tucker Carlson is stressing the fact that to know what you're dealing with and then to say it out, like to actually speak it. He's so shocked that that's actually happening.
I think if you had said that to me 5 years ago, I would have thought, well, really like John Rich, a little far out. But now,
nothing I'm saying right now. Anybody that's had a TV set on in the past year knows what I'm talking about.
And you see that he's like, to anybody that hasn't been living under a rock can see what I'm talking about. But like I said, in my opinion, this guy Tucker Carlson is like, I don't know what's going on.
It's just beyond. Thank you for saying that. So tell us about Revelation. You said Revelation is the story of Jesus coming back.
Right.
What's in it exactly? Because I think even a lot of Christians haven't read it carefully, don't understand it, don't want to confront it. What is it?
So in this song and in this video, what it is talking about is what the real war is, looks like. Now, I did the best.
All right, so they played a clip of his video, of his music video is new. I don't know. I didn't want to play it, just because. So, like I said, the video is here. You can go ahead and watch it. This dude, Tucker Carlson, is obviously elite. He has special privileges. The scriptures say, they are not in trouble as other men, right? There's no bonds in their bands, right? So they're good, right? Because they're the wicked and they're the rulers of the world. But we don't have privileges like them right now. So anyway, continuing on with the video.
Job I could trying to depict that. But when you see those scenes, I think that's one reason why this song is doing what it's doing, because to my knowledge, nobody.
But I'll describe it. Basically, I mean, you're gonna watch it, but I'll describe. So like I say, he shows the arch angel Michael coming down. Scenery, whatever. He's in front of a church, all of that, and he's basically just singing the song. But it's interesting, that he understand these things.
Nobody's ever even approached this subject in the world of music or video.
Amazing. So why is it why is Revelation so hard for people to grasp, to read, to understand?
Let me just get this here. This is Acts 2 and 17. It says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days," which we are in the last days. We're in the last days of Esau's Edom rule upon earth, right? It says, "And it shall come to pass in the last days, saith Yahweh, I will pour out my spirit upon all flesh, and your sons and your daughters shall prophesy, and your young men shall see visions, and your old men shall dream dreams. And on my servants and on my handmaidens I will pour out in those days of my spirit, and they shall prophesy. And I will show wonders in the heaven above, and signs in the blood and fire and vapor of smoke. The sun shall be turned to darkness, and the moon into blood, before that great and notable day of the Lord come. And it shall come to pass that whosoever shall call on the name of the Lord, that being Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, shall be saved," right? So the point that I wanted was Acts 2 and 17 of this, the Most High pouring out his spirit upon all flesh, right? And that's why people like John Rich, you know, can understand, what's going on, because the Most High is pouring out his spirit on all flesh.
So for thousands of years, the prophecies in Revelation and Daniel and other places seemed like such science fiction to people. They just couldn't understand how these things.
Another title I thought about for the video was it's clear as day, basically, because people are seeing straight through Esau Edom's lies, right, of the MOTB.
Are even possible, including my own dad, who's been preaching since he was about 19. He's in his early 70s now. And he said, "Yeah, John, just never could understand how some of these things were possible. For instance, the mark of the beast. How is it possible," we would all say, "that you could track every human being in the world and know where they are and how they get their money and where they spend their money? I mean, that's just impossible." And here we sit going, "Oh no, they're tracking us right now. They know exactly where we spend our money and where we get our money." Because it says you won't be able to buy or sell unless you have the mark of the beast. You could replace the word beast with system.
Revelation says that.
Oh yeah, without the mark,
you won't be able to buy or sell
unless you bear the mark of the beast. And when you go back and look that up in the Hebrew, it's talking about the global power that's in place at that point, the system that is in place.
Traditionally, think tanks do a lot of thinking, and the Heritage Foundation still does that, but it also, thankfully, has begun heritage.org/Tucker. What is the beast?
The beast is going to be whatever entity, a group of nations it speaks of, that will set into motion. We always talk about globalists and the globalist agenda and all these things. It will be a globalized stranglehold on the human population, that they will know where you spend your money, where you get your money. Reminds me of central bank digital currency, if something like that happens.
So I've read,
Yeah, so and if you're watching this video, he says some things, and it seems like this guy is uncomfortable to go into some of these topics, or he's actually surprised, about some of these topics that John Rich just brings out. And as you can see, John Rich talks about CBDCs, which is central bank digital currencies. He also talks about just now the MOTB. He explains like the AI, so he sees exactly, what's happening. He sees through the lies of the elite. And if you check this thing out here, what does scripture say? 13. It says 2 Corinthians 13 and 8, "For we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth." And the reason why I brought that out, this video here has 3.6 million views, and it was posted 3 weeks ago. If you, and I don't know what's so special about it, but if you go on his page and look at his videos, this is the highest right now of views, of the many views and things like that. And then of course you get into the comments, all that, you got 34,000 comments and all that. So this message is going out, right? And like I said, he goes into a lot, basically a lot of truth in this video.
Embarrassed this is being recorded. I probably shouldn't admit this. I've read Revelation, actually.
Sure.
I tried to understand it last year. I didn't realize it said, how did I miss that? It says you can't buy or sell without the mark of the beast.
Without the mark. Yes, that's correct.
John, on the Apostle John on some Greek island 2,000 years ago said that.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did. And so,
Damn.
so prior to technology showing up where it's at now in 2024, these things were impossible. Couldn't you? I mean, how's that going to happen?
That's a pretty specific call, though.
Very specific. Yeah.
You see what he said? He said specific call, because what John the Revelator did was see this vision, and he spoke about it, and like the guy said 2,000 years ago. So this is coming to pass here in our time now in these last days. And it's just like like I said, these elites are just shocked that people are aware of what's going on here. We get Habakkuk. Let me see. Let's get Habakkuk 2 and 3. It says, "For the vision is yet for appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come. It will not tarry." Right. So we can see that the vision is coming to pass. That the people are waking up. Esau Edom has definitely been revealed. This is Habakkuk 2 and 16. It says, "Thou art filled with shame for glory. Drink thou also, and let thy foreskin be uncovered. The cup of the Lord's right hand shall be turned unto thee, and shameful spewing shall be on thy glory." Right? So Esau Edom is definitely being revealed, with all his wickedness that he's doing here on the planet Earth. And, people are waking up like John Rich to see this. And like I said, 3.6 million people have watched this video, knowing everything that this guy has said and talked about.
So now all the things that need to exist physically are all here now, so that the prophecies that have been laid out could now physically manifest. Now, I don't know if that's going to be today or 100.
You see what he just said? We just read that in Habakkuk 2 and like what 3, that though it tarry, it will surely come.
Years from now or 1,000 years from now. I don't know the answer to that, but I do know this is a new era. So when you read Revelation, and you read Daniel, and you read these other.
So I mean, he goes into a lot of great stuff here. Let me So this is Isaiah 29 and 15. It says, "What sorrow," in the NLT, Isaiah 29 and 15, "what sorrow awaits those who try to hide their plans from the Lord Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai, who do their evil deeds in the dark. The Lord can't see us," they say. "He doesn't know what's going on." Right. So that's once again, Esau Edom is surprised and shocked that people can see. People can see through their lives of, hey, this system and this thing that we're bringing in is good for you. It's gonna help. People. It's just like I said, that they're very shocked and surprised that these things are coming to pass. This is Isaiah 29 and 16. It says, "How foolish can you be? He is the potter, and he is certainly greater than you, the clay. Should the created thing say of the one who made it, he didn't make me? Does a jar ever say the potter who made me is stupid?" Right. So they didn't believe that Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shai would do exactly what he said he would do, which is pour his spirit out upon all flesh, and uncover Esau Edom, and bring that shameful spewing, right? So the nations and the world can see. So yeah, I mean, it's just blowing up the trumpet is very interesting. A lot of things that this guy talked about. You go ahead and watch this with a spiritual eye and a spiritual ear. With that, I'll say shalom to the hopeful elect. Shalom.